Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. I can't believe we're already at week number 10 with our grid design every week segment. Today I'm going to do a variation on the clamshell design. If you remember back to week 1, we just did our basic clamshells. Well, today we're going to do clamshells and add a little oomph to them because this is a really pretty addition and I think you're going to like it. So come on over to my machine. It's always tricky getting set up here. All right, so I'm using one of Margaret Solomon Gunn's practice panels, and she's got a nice little 1/2-inch grid marked here, so that's going to be helpful. All right, here we go. We're going to work in that space right here. I didn't bring a sample out to show you what it looks like, but you'll see when we get done. So remember, clamshells, whatever your grid is, they end up being twice the size of your grid because they encompass 2 of your grid squares. And we start at the bottom. Remember, clamshells work best if you start quilting at the bottom of your area and work your way up. So we will just start down here. And I'm going to do the first half of one of our clamshells. Now, what we're going to do now is add a little, I think it looks like a little, I don't know, a little fountain or a little firework or something, kind of, I don't know, however you want to call it. But I do 3 little bursts like that, and then we do our next clamshell. And so you want them to be kind of big because what you're doing is if you can visualize this, and you will see in a minute, our next row of clamshells is going to go up here. So those need to be big enough to see them. I like to make that middle line pretty big up there. And here we just have a half of one. So now we're going to start our next row. Now, I should have probably done some of those little fireworks, starburst, whatever you want to call that little doohickey that we're making on the edge here, but I forgot. So I can go back later and do that. I should have thought of a more technical term to call that our little embellishment than a doohickey. I realize that's not very professional. I might have to call this clamshells with the doohickey. And now I'm just being ridiculous. And you can see how easy it is and what a beautiful effect you get just by adding this little embellishment.
Doohickey.
Right. Doohickey. Yes, my son Cameron is on the camera, and he's being a good sport about filming me every week, and I'm eternally grateful to him. And when he goes off to college next fall, I don't know what I'm going to do without him. Finish this row. So I'm sure you get the gist now how easy that is. as our segment progresses through the year, I've got other variations on the clamshell that I'm going to share with you too. So here we go. I can't just end a row here with the little embellishments naked there. They need to have a clamshell encompassing them. So I'll just go ahead and finish off that row, but I won't add any more of our little fireworks because this is going to be our final row. All right, let me lock off those stitches, pull it out and show you. So there they are. Well, look at the back. I think it's going to look a lot nicer on the back, although we just have muslin on the back. It doesn't show up so much. But you can see what they look like there. And here it is. Hopefully Cameron can get a good shot of that. They're just beautiful, and I love doing clamshells with those in them. It makes them so much more beautiful. So, easy, easy. All right, so that does it. Week 10, we're a fifth of the way through our year-long grid design segment every week. I hope you've been enjoying this. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So for more information, for more grids, check out my website, quintessentialquilting.com. Remember my book, the Grid Design Workbook. And also, well, let me show you because Cameron says I need to do that. The Grid Design Workbook, it's got 13 different grid designs with really explicit directions, pointers and tips on what to do and what not to do to make your design successful. It's got practice pages. It's got examples of quilts with this type of quilting. So I hope you'll check my book out. It's at my website or Amazon or AQS. And also, if you like the practice panels, check out my website. I've got those on there too. So thanks, and we'll see you next week. Bye.